Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. It is a new week, and that means we've got some new updates inbound for Warzone and Black Ops 6. We actually have several new things to look out for in the upcoming days, including some in-game updates. We also have several new things that were announced or revealed over the weekend as well. So lots to break down here today, starting first with a pretty interesting announcement from Raven that they ended up posting late last week that has directly to do with a large upcoming announcement happening this week, potentially even the update happening this week as well. So Raven posted this last week saying, "Thank you all for dropping into Verdansk in our Season 3 Call of Duty Warzone update. We are thrilled to see everyone having such a great time so far. We've collected a massive amount of launch feedback, and the team is already on it, including the distribution of armor plates. More info to come next week. In the meantime, keep the feedback coming." And obviously, coming next week in terms of this information is now this week. So this is information we could see later today. There may be a post edit Zach in this video. We could see it, tomorrow, Wednesday, whenever the case is. We are going to get some new details, potentially, like I said, even the update itself on more plates to drop in the map on Verdansk. It's been a hot topic so far. A few specific standouts. The lack of plates sometimes can be pretty concerning, especially late game where there's maybe not many buys. You're struggling to find an armor box. You could just be completely out of luck because even if you wipe a squad, not everyone's dropping a ton of plates. You could, in theory, wipe a squad and barely get back to full plate health before you have to go into your next fight and then your next. Like, it could be really, really tough there. So the lack of armor plates has definitely been a big concern. And then coinciding with that, money and then buy stations also kind of, few and far between at times, depending on what's going on in any given game. They've only so far addressed the armor plates, but we do have a direct confirmation. We are going to see a plate update in game to add in more of those potentially here in the very, very near future. So fantastic news there. I'd say it's even cooler that they're already starting to adjust things like this, and the map and the game and the update hasn't even been out fully for an entire week yet, right? Moving on from that, one of our slightly delayed updates for Season 3 is now fully live in Black Ops 6. Treyarch also posted this late last week saying the brand new Camo hub is now live in Black Ops 6. Go to the barracks, into the challenges menu, and then in the camos menu to get the full overview of your road to Dark Matter and Nebula. So currently this is just live for BO6 multiplayer and zombies, but you can essentially go through and track your weapons individually now for a much more descriptive view of your camo grind. You can see exactly how many camos you've earned for each given weapon, so you can track that. Okay, I know I'm going to need 2 rifles, I need 3 more camos on the XM4, but then I need 7 camos on the GPR, whatever the case is, right? It'll also allow you to see your tracked and your nearest to completion camos and challenges going on there as well. So just another sub menu to maybe organize you a little bit more as you're going through your grinds there. Nothing too major, but definitely a cool feature nonetheless. I wish this was something we could have had at launch. Would have been really helpful, but if you're still obviously on that camo grind now, this is a nice tool that's now fully available in game. This next update not coming directly from the devs, but instead a leaker, data miner, Reality UK, who we've talked about a ton here on the channel. There's been a lot of talk lately, especially as everyone is returning to Verdansk, about pay to win elements. There are obviously some interesting things going on in game with certain skins, like for instance the Terminator skin, which is by far the most annoying thing to run into, because sometimes you're just getting taken out by an operator skin, a Terminator, that you can't even see because they blend in with so many different situations on the map, whether it's indoors, outdoors, in the forest, whatever the case is. The skin is rough. It is definitely considered a pay to win element at the moment because it was only available through a store bundle and its visibility is bad. It's like approaching peak rose skin levels from OG Warzone, right? Hey man, I guess if they wanted to bring back the nostalgia, having an impossible to see pay to win skin, they're going band for band with OG Warzone, right? But Reality does mention here, because there's been a lot of talk, hey, are we able to buy the Terminator skin? Is this even available anymore? What's going on with this? It's now completely inaccessible. If you don't have the Terminator skin on your account, you cannot access this anymore. So if you didn't play when this is live, but you're trying to level the playing field and get in on the pay to win elements here, you can't do it even if you wanted to. It's blacklisted and impossible to purchase no matter what. Typically with operator skins, if they debut in game and you don't buy it when it first is out, you can typically go through either searching through the store menu, and sometimes bundles will like resurface from time to time, or going through your blueprints. If you know a certain blueprint came with the Terminator bundle, you can actually go into the gunsmith menu, toggle over to the shop like tab for the blueprint selection, and it'll take you to the bundles so you can purchase them even if they got released months and months ago, right? And they're not showing up in your store. There's typically always a way to retroactively go back and purchase a specific bundle or skin. In this case though, they took it out. It's not accessible according to reality. So I'm hoping that means a balance pass is coming. They took it out because they don't want people to buy it if they're going to balance it in some capacity in the near future, because it's definitely been a major concern from a lot of the community. I'm sure you've seen plenty of clips of people dying to somebody they could never see because the Terminator skin was blending into a corner, or it was in a dark shadow or something like that. Certainly a very frustrating situation to run into. We also have a few new updates to break down on the Trello board, a few other things to look out for in the coming days. And as we do get into the details here, quick reminder, by the way, if you are new to the channel, or maybe you just have not subscribed yet, every single day I got you covered with everything going on in Call of Duty, whether it's news, updates, patch notes, meta breakdowns. It's all right here, so feel free to hit that subscribe button to always stay up to date, and of course help us get one step closer to reaching 1 million subscribers. Much love to all the new subs that have been joining the channel as of late since VERDANSK dropped. I've seen a bunch of brand new viewers, so really do appreciate all the support. And of course, if you guys enjoy this video, you find the info helpful, a like rating is always really appreciated as well. Does help share the video around to even more new viewers. But initially here on the Black Ops 6 Trello board, not a ton going on here as of late since the start of season 3. There is one concerning change that was made here though. You may recall last time we checked out the Trello board, there was one issue listed in the multiplayer tab about player levels appearing incorrect on the scoreboard and on the friends list and everything. This has been an ongoing issue since the very start of Black Ops 6, and it's continued all the way to now in season 3 and into Warzone, right? You'll get kill cams where it says the player enemy is level 1 and they're just clearly not level 1, or at times it'll show your level as incorrect, or your friends, you know, your teammates prestige 7 level 55 and it actually is showing them as like prestige 3 level 42 for some reason. Like, it's all sorts of buggy and it can lead to a lot of misinformation in game. And like I said, this was an issue that was listed on this Trello for some time. Then as you can see with like their history of the Trello, they archived this, meaning they just moved it over to, I guess, not necessarily resolved, but it's not still being tracked or investigated, at least according to the Trello information here. So I would hope that doesn't mean they've just given up on this issue or they think it's fully solved, because at least from my gameplay experience alone, I can recall last night 10 kill cams, I was dying a lot. Okay, don't worry about it, it's fine. But like 10 kill cams where it's like, hey, this dude is not level 1. Can I see what actual level this guy is, just so I can have a little more information to base my reaction on here, right? But at least with the details we have now, there's no real update going on with that bug. And as we are talking Warzone changes here, post-edit Zach arrives because COD Updates, in the midst of editing this video, posted saying for Warzone, a new update it's now out that's actually disabled the thermal 6x scope attachment on sniper rifles while they investigate an issue. Essentially, with this scope, there was no glint. You had great visibility, great zoom, and no glint, so enemies just were hoping they could spot you, especially if you were like in good cover, and it made for engagements that were a little bit too unbalanced, it seems. So that scope's going to be unavailable for the time being. Once they add glint to it and make sure it's working as intended, I imagine that'll be added back in. And then looking at the Warzone Trello, there are a few things I want to talk about here real quick. We've covered basically everything on this Trello up until this point, with the exception of one brand new issue that was added over the weekend, where they say we are investigating an issue that is preventing the squad wipe notification from appearing in the kill feed. This does not impact the audio feedback. So on your screen and in the feed, you're not going to always see the squad wiped icon pop up. You'll still get like the audio ping and like the little celebratory music that happens when you fully wipe a squad. But if you're looking for that just visually, it's not showing up right now, which can be a little bit confusing. I know I've had instances where maybe I'm not fully paying attention to the audio pings. There's a cluster or an airstrike going on, or there's a lot of comms in the Discord or whatever the case is, right? And we're fighting guys and it's like, wait, did we get them all? Is that full squad gone? Are we missing a third? Are we missing a fourth here? What's going on? So nice to know that that is just a visual bug going on, and they will have a fix for that coming up here relatively soon. And then one final thing to look out for this week. We don't know too many details about what's going to change when it happens, but we do actually have an expiring playlist here coming up on the 10th, on Thursday here. So the current initial launch playlist for Warzone, with everything available right now, is only set to be live until the 10th. Then presumably on the 10th, we're going to have another playlist refresh, but they haven't previewed what these future playlists are going to be. Maybe we'll get those details in the coming days. And of course, if we do, I'm going to keep you guys in the loop for that stuff. But it's possible we do see a full-on playlist rotation happen this Thursday, maybe with some surprise updates, maybe a new LTM. I would personally love to see something like buyback quads or something of that nature return, like what we had back in original Warzone. We do know there's going to be an event update later on in April, a week from Thursday. Actually, I think it starts on the 17th, I believe, the whole Black Ops tribute event. So we could see some other updates happen then, but we do have a full playlist update supposedly happening this Thursday. We'll have to keep our eye on this and see what all ends up changing or what all gets announced there. But that being said, that's a handful of things to look out for in the coming days here between BO6 and Warzone, and a few things that have been updated here as of late as well. And that's going to wrap things up. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like on it. If you're new to the channel, you want to guarantee that every single day you're in the know for all things going on in COD, feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.